Greetings and welcome to the show, Black Fridays, the show where we are focused on raising our children to be proud and black. My name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals and the Sankofa Club, where we make it fun and easy to learn black history. We do this with a series of historical education products and services designed to write the black community back into the pages of world history and back into the hearts and the minds of our community. One of the particular ways that we do this, you're probably more familiar with our Black History flashcard series, but we also have shows like Black Fridays that are focused on teaching us our history, but more importantly, inspiring us with our history so that we can turn and share these lessons and tips with our young people. That's what we've been doing for the past 8 weeks here on Black Fridays, and that's what we continue to do throughout our organizations as we continue to move forward, right? I'm very excited to dive into the content and the material today. Hey, but if you're doing me a favor, if you're watching this on replay, most of you guys are going to catch this on replay. Do me a favor and type replay in the comments. Also, if you're watching live now and or replay, hey, say hello to your guy, man. Let me know where you're watching from, how many kids you got, how long you've been rocking with us at Urban Intellectuals and the Sankofa Club. How long have you been in the stands, right? Like watching and witnessing us on our growth, right? They're very interesting. And anytime you have any comments, I would love to hear your feedback and your thoughts on the Black Friday series and anything that I say that's of interest to you today, right? Which episode has been your favorite so far? Like I would love to come back and read all of those wonderful comments, right? You know what it is, good people. We believe in our mantra. We believe that 5 minutes a day will keep the miseducation away. 5 minutes a day keeps the miseducation away. If you're with me, let me get 5 minutes in the comments. Y'all know what it is right around here by now. I'm going to speed up this intro so we can dig into Black nationalism now, Black nationalism forever, right? That's the running theme that's been going on inside of Black Fridays. If you didn't catch it, I figure I'd come and wrap it up and put it right in your face, right? But we want to make sure that you're digging in with these 5 minutes a day with your children so that you can continue to build upon their understanding, to build upon their legacy, to encourage their confidence and their skill set and their knowledge, right, of who they are on this planet and who they must be again and where we must go in the future, right? We want to tie all of that together. Okay, let me just jump all the way in and get our sponsors in the game and out of the way, right? The Sankofa Club. The Sankofa Club is a resource that helps you as a parent educate your children about the glory of Black history and culture. Membership gives you instant access to engage your children with activities and worksheets and Black history classes taught by our teachers 5 days a week that edify and glorify the contributions of the ancestors to the world. Black history is world history, and it is a knowledge base that will empower your children to liberate themselves, right? Did you hear that? To liberate themselves. If I ain't talking about Black nationalism throughout all the aspects of the Urban Intellectuals and Sankofa Club organization, I don't know what you're listening to, right? It's all about liberation. It's all about do for self. Okay, Freddie, calm down. Let's keep on going with the Sankofa Club for 1 second. I need you to sign up for sankofaclub.com/Black Fridays. Why, Freddie? Because next week is Black Friday, the holiday, and we got a very special offer for the Sankofa Club and the Urban Intellectuals. You're not going to believe the type. I feel like the former President of the United States. It's going to be huge, right? But you're not going to believe what we're putting together here and the wonderful things that we're doing inside of this club is unbelievable. We've had our first Sankofa Saturday, right? Like, what's that, Freddie? What's that? I can't tell you about that yet. You become a member and you can not only tell you about it, you can join us, right? It's for members only. But next week, we're doing a crazy Black Friday deal, but we're releasing it early to people that are on our list, sankofaclub.com/Black Fridays, sankofaclub.com/Black Fridays. Go ahead and sign up and join us, right? I think you're going to love it. But again, it's going to be a limited release. We're only going to accept so many people to be able to get this offer. So you want to make sure that you get on the mailing list, because if we mail it out early next week and it sells out, it's sold out. Don't say Freddie didn't tell you to get on the list. And you've been rocking with me here at Black Fridays each week. Then you already know that you should be on the list so that you can get this opportunity first. Now, I only got a minute with you, so I want to make sure that I take advantage of it. So I want to delve directly into the content. It has been quite a ride over the last 8 weeks, right? Man, it's crazy how time flies. Time really flies when you're having fun. But we've talked about some of the titans of of our history, right? We've talked about some of the miraculous and inspirational stories in our history, because I feel like Black History is the most motivational book the best motivational book that's ever been written. See, I'm over here thirsty. I had to feed my spirit with a little bit of water here. Let me keep going. But I believe Black History is the most inspirational tool that we can use. I keep wanting to say most. The best inspirational tool that we can use in order to inspire our future, inspire our young people, and grow ourselves, right? I feel like during this show, I've really matured and really found my lane. I'm not a historian. I'm an enthusiast that uses history to inspire and motivate our community. We know what we need to do. And we know what people in the past have said and went through and fought and died for us to be here in this opportunity. So I think it's great that we can look to our past and to be inspired for our future, right? As Marcus Garvey talked about. Oh, let me bring my man up. We dead in, right? Because Garvey was our first week. Bam, there we go. All right, I'll miss 5 minutes a day, right? Okay, so Garvey was our first week, right? But he talked about people will tell their children about the ancestors building the Great Pyramids thousands of years ago, but they won't build no pyramids today for them to see it with their own eyes, right? This is what we want to do with weaving our history and our culture in a way that it inspires not only ourselves as parents and grandparents, but also our children as well, right? So weaving those stories, those powerful stories of service to their people, of service to their community, right? Because when we talked about Garvey, I started with his childhood. I told you how he grew up in Kingston, Jamaica. Well, he grew up north of Kingston, Jamaica, and then he moved to Kingston at 18, and he was apprenticeship, and he was traveling to Panama and Central America, island hopping on throughout all of the Caribbean islands, through Central America, through South America. He went through Europe. He was starting to learn about what was happening in Africa, and everywhere he went, he found out that we was at the bottom of the system. We was at the bottom of the road, right? We were always at the economic bottom, the social bottom, and he wondered what happened to the mighty nation. And that's what really inspired him to start talking about Black nationalism, right? Black nationalism. Black Freddie, what's Black nationalism? Black nationalism is being in control of any and everything that touch your community. Right? If we're going to have businesses inside of our community, we need to own it. If we're going to have politicians inside of our community, we need to own them. Gone are the days, Malcolm talked about it, gone are the days that we're going to allow the white establishment to start picking our leaders for us. We got to get out of this habit. But Garvey is traveling the world, and he noticed the same thing. There we go. Camera is on. Lights, camera, action. Freddie starts sweating. But he knows that we're on the bottom everywhere. Like he's talked about, where's our king? Where's our queen? Where's our army? Where's our men of industry? Where's our women of industry of hiring people? Where's our boats? Where's our ship ports? Where's our railroads? Where are we on the face of this globe? Everywhere I go, we're on the bottom. What is going on? Up, you mighty nation. It's time for us to reach across the globe, grab each other by the hand, and work together. Hold hands, lock elbow to elbow. Let's get together. It's time to start working together. And I wanted to use a few international individuals that talked about the globe so that you don't get locked into your African-American silo. Hey, Freddie, we're just African-Americans. Chopping yourself off from the root of the tree of Mama Africa that you are long and a part of. I want you to come with me down this road, right? Because the Underground Railroad is still open. I need you to come with me down this road, this story that we're telling, and weave this together and understand that it's Black nationalism now and it's Black nationalism forever. That's what I've been talking about each and every week here. If you didn't catch it, then now let me just put it in your face. But this is what we're talking about. All these individuals was about Black nationalism on some way or another. Like Garvey was in your face with it. He might not have used the language, but he was talking about where's our king? Where's our queen? Where's our army? Where's our navy? Where's our seaport? Where are we? Where's our vessels that are transporting cargo to and from? Right, we need to link around the world with this mighty nation and start working together. And the brother Garvey built up 6 million people inside of his organization in the teens, in the 1920s, right before 1920, right? Remarkable feat, but a man with a vision for the community coming together, that mighty nation healing our hearts, right? Freddie, we're not a monolith. Freddie, we got all these different ideas. Listen, you monolithically getting your butt beat all over the planet. Wake up. Wake up. Damn, y'all just drive me crazy with this. Every reason to divide ourselves. Well, I'm trying to find every reason to come together. And I know the best one, because the best one is what Samuel McLeod was talking about. The best one is the best reason is what come on, get it together. Samuel McLeod was talking about Mary McLeod Bethune's father, who passed, who when she was born on the plantation that her parents were enslaved on, right? They were sharecroppers on the plantation that they grew up on. And you remember, if you was there for the second episode of Black Fridays, you remember me talking about Mary opportunity or chance or unfortunate set of events to go up to the big house with her mama, right? You remember that, right? And her mama was like, whoa, you think she ready? And Samuel was like, she gonna have to face it at some point. That it. What is she talking about? That it is what Marcus Garvey had noticed all around the country, all around the globe when he was traveling and reading, right? When he was in Central America, he noticed us at the bottom. When he was in the islands, he noticed us at the bottom rung of society. When he was in South America, he noticed us at the bottom of society. When he was in Europe, he noticed us at the bottom of society. When he was reading about Africa, he noticed us at the bottom of society. That it was in 1619 when your ancestors landed on whichever island or platform or where, whether you were in South America, the island, Central America, or North America, enslaved, that it was right there, was present then. That it had been trying to get at you long before that. When you dig into your history pre-slavery, right? I'm always talking about who were we before we were colonized. We were colonized by that it. That it was leaning on George Floyd's neck. That it was the bullets that was raining through Breonna Taylor. That it is what we still are facing today. That it is what we're talking about when Trump lost. What is his supporters gonna do? That it is still dealing with it today. That it is the bullet. It is the sick mentality of the people that would hang individuals and throw a picnic. Right? Do you know what a picnic is? Pick a N-word. And we gonna hang him today, and they throw food and barbecue around it. That it is still present today. Don't tell me we ain't got nothing to unify under. That it is a must and one that we should, right? But we need more individuals like this young lady here, Mary McLeod Bethune, who wanted to be of service to her people. Do you remember the quote? She said, I plunged into the job of creating something for nothing. Though I hadn't a penny left, I considered cash money as my smallest part of my resources. I had faith in the living God, faith in myself, and a desire to serve. And serve she did. She went out to that do for self mentality, that black nationalism, rather than hoping, pleading, and begging for somebody to educate her people. Mary wanted to educate her people, and that's what she did. She bought a plot of land that turned out to be a trash heap, but she cleared the trash heap with a bunch of young girls that she was sitting around wanting to educate. They cleared the trash heap and built their own damn building. They built their own school building. And then eventually merged with the Cookman College for Boys and Bethune-Cookman College was formed, right? And then Mary had achieved her dream to try to educate her people. She did her part. Are you doing yours, right? We talk about, I've been weaving Carter G in and out. I was debating on doing a specific episode on him, but I just love this particular quote. The brother is definitely worthy of an episode and much more. The founder of Negro History Week that turned into Black History Month, which now we're expanding to Black History Year, right? All year, every year. Black history every single day, right? That's what we're talking about here at Urban Intellectuals and the Sankofa Club. But the brother said, if your education doesn't make you want to serve your people, you need to throw it away. Throw it away. If you not wanting to serve your people, you've been miseducated. Don't you think just because you got a damn doctorate degree that you educated, if you're not using that doctorate degree to come back and feed your community, if you're not hiring people in your community as an employer, if you're not coming back mentoring these young kids in the community and building them up, then you was miseducated. I don't care how many degrees and PhDs and MBAs you got behind your name, right? I got initials behind my name, but it wasn't until I started doing the work of the community that they even mean any damn thing. You got to stop letting other people validate your intelligence, right? Validate your being. No, be of worth and be of service to your people. That's your validation, right? We got it mixed up on these things, right? All right, so let me keep going. Come on, Freddie, let's keep going. Don't get too slow on me. Then I brought up the Haitian Revolution, right? So we're looking around the globe through the eyes of Garvey, noticing that we're on the bottom. We're figuring out that we need to serve our community through Mary McLeod Bethune and through the words of Carter G. Woodson, Root to the Good Bros, right? But then I took you to the Haitian Revolution because I wanted you to see what that fire looks like. I wanted you to understand that you gotta have that in your belly. That's the birth, that's the beat, right? That's that heartbeat. Y'all ain't felt that pace yet, right? That's that heartbeat when they got fed up. They got fed up. The conditions in Haiti was just so in France, right, at the time, because it's France, right? But then trying to get my math together, 15-year period. You know, the Haitian Revolution lasted for 15 years, right? Is that right? 13 years. There we go. I don't know how to add. I'm excited. But it's important because these are the moments that we got to share with our young people. We cannot let the spirit of the Haitian Revolution die. We got to make sure that inside of us, we still got that heartbeat, right? We are so connected to our people that at some point, if they try to enslave us again, then you're going to need these warriors. So we got to keep that spirit, that story flowing. We cannot allow this one to die. And you got that 5 or 6 year old, you got to nurture that fire inside of them. They are fiercely protective of people. You nurture that inside of them. Don't let it die. And you tell them about they revolutionaries, right? Because at some point, if somebody trying to enslave us, listen, man, I know we got good Christians and good Muslims on here, but we ain't going back. We ain't going back, right? We ain't going back. So you might have to chop a head off. Hey, I don't want to get graphic and nasty with y'all, but listen, I ain't going back. And if it comes to, if these people could, if that it could enslave you again, they would. Don't be under no damn delusions about what you're experiencing. Biden won in office, but listen, that Democratic Party ain't did you no favors. I'm going to continue. I'm not going to beat y'all up too much on the political talk, but we got to get back to Black nationalism. We got to get back to taking control of what's ours. And it's going to take a mentality like those in Haiti at the time, and Duty Boukman and the Mino, right? Here we go. And the Mino, y'all know them from the Black Panther movies, the women warriors in all red, right? They ain't fake. That's the Mino, right? These are real people. These are real warriors. These are real people that was inspiring the revolution. They was coming in from Africa because of the horrific sugarcane plantations that was going on down in Haiti at the time. They had to, because the average lifespan was 1 to 2 years of this enslaved people there because of the brutal nature. So they kept a steady flow of new people coming in, but they was coming in as warriors, that heartbeat. They ain't been beat down yet. They was coming fresh. They know what they lineage is like. They know what freedom tastes like and look like. And that's why when they started arriving in good numbers, they started congregating and saying, hey man, nah fam, nah, this ain't going. We about to flip this boy over. And that's exactly what they did. And then what they actually defeated 3 nations, right? 3 European nations, France, Spain, and the British. And then after they overthrew them, they had to deal with the Americans. I want to come back and deal with that specifically because I didn't get into it in that talk, but we're talking about control. And sometimes it might get a little ugly. We still need to have that card in our deck. I'm not telling you to go flip nothing over. I'm telling you if the time comes to be ready, right? Let's go, Freddie. Keep it going. Okay, there we go. That's the Mino. I'm pointing up here, but we got him on the card, right? I forgot I had that in the deck here. Boom. Then I moved on to the master teacher because I get hyped and I get excited. But in order for you to fully understand the need for black nationalism, let's say do for self, to do it yourself, to stop voting. No, let me say that because I know y'all gonna jump down. We gotta vote. Yes, you gotta vote, but I believe you can walk and chew gum at the same time, right? So vote, do your thing, but don't you depend on them people to do nothing for you. You better get out here in your community and do it yourself. So I wanted to point out and bring up the master teacher because he's black first and has an international focus and he's a Pan-Africanist, right? I didn't mention that about all this other tie, all this Pan-Africanism, right? We are a global people. Stop seeing yourself in your little African-American silos. Oh, I'm a British African. Listen, we are one people, one nation, right? That mighty nation that Garvey talked about. But this brother Hyde spent his life, right? What did he say? Freddie? He spent his life. I only debate my equals. I got my typo in there. I get that in there. I only debate my equals. All others I teach. But he said that for a reason because he said, I spent my entire life dedicated to understanding our history and our culture. I spent my entire life reading all the books in their history so I can understand why they felt it so necessary to leave us out. As Arturo Schomburg mentored and taught Dr. Clark. Go find out where your oppressor found it so necessary to leave you out of history. What happened? I gave you the Outline of History by H.G. Wells, right? A white author that Dr. Clark recommends and said he gave a really good analysis of history, right? Because one of his favorite quotes that he talks about is never discuss a situation until you understand how it came to be. So like if we're talking about Haiti, don't talk about Haiti today and the poverty. Oh, it's so much corruption. What the hell is going on? How did that happen? How did a country that freed itself, which should be America, did the same damn thing. No taxation without representation. They flipped the country over and attacked the British Empire. The British Empire, of which was so large at the time, the sun never sets on the British Empire in 13 little colonies, flipped that boy on his head because they was fed up. So how does a nation that flipped, that fought oppression off, how do a people talk about freedom? How do a people talk about rights? Not love, honor, and respect Haiti. America's a hypocrite. What my man Malcolm say, American democracy is nothing but hypocrisy, right? When it comes to us, black this people of color trash, not this multiculturalism nonsense, not this minority trash. Black people, Africans, right? Some people want to say, oh, Freddie, black is a color. It doesn't denote status in law. I know this. My people don't. So I can't just talk over their head because I know a couple of things and then berate them because they're not aware. I'll use the terminology to get them in the room, get their babies in the room. And let's start having a conversation. Yeah, black. And now we can start elevating and building on that. And as we continue down this path, we can move past that. But you got to get them in the room first. Y'all so busy talking down on each other because you learn something they don't know it yet. Like, stop that. It's such nonsense. And you got to read. That's what I want my man. I had to bring up my man, Dr. Clark. Let me try to bring it back. I'm fired up on this episode, right? The whole time, right? But Dr. Clark talked about, you want to impress me, read a book cover to cover, right? So we got to read more books. We got to start studying the master teachers, listening to the lessons to start getting a thorough understanding of what has happened before 2020. What happened? How did we get here as a community? Like, let's really figure this out. And we got African scholars all over the globe. We got to stop letting our oppressors tell us who to listen to, who's important. They're doing that when they're selecting the curriculums and the books that you're going to read in your school class. As Carter G. Woodson talked about, the seed of trouble. When you sit down in that classroom for the first time, you are in trouble. It's a non-stop, relentless attack on your psyche, your understanding, your perception, and how you see the world. I call it the framing, right? So they frame your brain to see the world from a European lens. And if you see the world from a European lens, I don't got to tell you what to do or think. Of course you're gonna honor our scholars in Europe, right? Who else you gonna honor? The only people that you've been learning to love, honor, and respect by absorbing their history and their culture ever since you started coming to school. The TV shows reinforce it. The cartoons reinforce it. The movies reinforce it. The classroom reinforce it. The social norms reinforce it. Everything you see is white owned and controlled. Why wouldn't you love, honor, and respect them? Why wouldn't you hate the little Negro kids? Ugh. Man, black people ain't gave nothing to the world. Turns out it's all lies. It's all lies. This is why we got to study brothers like Dr. Clark and Dr. Ben Yackerman and Ashraf Kwesi and I'm about to say Patrice Lumumba. Sheikh Anta Diop. I was about to get in my bookshelf, right? You make sure if you sign up for Black Fridays, SankofaClub.com Black Fridays, all these books that I'm rattling off, I've been rattling off, we'll have them listed inside of those as well, right? So you can pick them up. But study the scholars. Start with this brother, right? Remember A Great and Mighty Walk? Go check that out. Check that out again. Keep that on repeat. We need that. Oh, man. Then I went into the Congo. I went into the Congo to bring up Patrice Lumumba, who died really young, but he was a Pan-Africanist. He was all about nationalism, all about us owning everything that we touch and that impacts us. Ownership is the key. But not only did I stop there, I went all the way back. I took you how far back, Freddie? 1884. I took you into Berlin, the Berlin Conference, right? So look that up. The Scramble for Africa. There's a book. Another one, The Scramble for Africa. Pick that up. Check it out. Read about the Berlin Conference. What happened there? All those 54 countries that you now know as African nations is the map that they drew out at the Berlin Conference, and they divvied it up, right? All these European white people sitting up in Europe, drawing Africa and cutting it up into a map. Why? Because there ain't nothing but resources and opportunity there. And you know they was there back then, raping and pillaging, and they there today. And you, particularly the African Americans that I know of, seem to be uninterested in the motherland, and everybody else is over there. China's over there. Everybody, India, Lebanese, the so-called Middle East, everybody is over there working with their teams to extract more wealth out of Africa. Africa's always been the purse and the prize of the earth. Everybody's interested but you, because we sitting around listening to our oppressors tell us that you're nothing but an African American that rose from slavery, because that's all your people ever did was be slaves. And the fact that Barack Obama rose to president and Kamala Harris became the vice president, this is the height of your achievement. But if that's all that you see yourself is as a slave, then you would celebrate that as the height of your achievement. I'm not saying that what the brother and the sister it has done isn't mad impressive. But what I'm telling you is that's a molehill in the height of our civilizations that we brought to this world. Who were we before we were enslaved? Who were we before we were colonized? We lost. We lost the battle. We lost. But we got to go back and find out who we were before then so that we can be that again. That's what I've been pointing to. But Patrice Lumumba gave us that moment to talk about Africa and what was going on in the diaspora and how you ended up here and why the breakdown happened. The brother got disrespected when Belgium finally decided they're going to turn over the nation to these people who actually live there and own the land. And he said something, and he used that as a reason for maybe why he was assassinated. But the truth of the matter is he started to end up talking to the Russians. That's really what I think did it. During the Cold War, you got to go back and watch the whole talk. I don't want to recap the whole thing. But during the Cold War, he started talking to the Russians. You know, the alphabet boys here in the United States wasn't having it. Next thing you know, he's killed. His body is dissolved in acid. It's been around longer than you even want to pretend that it's been around. That it is what Malcolm was talking about in the Ballad of the Bullet. You trading Republicans for Democrats, not understanding that one's a wolf and the other's a fox. They both of the canine family, and they feasting on you. Because you're so busy focusing on them as the solution. Politics, man, you better do for yourself. Period. I don't know how many times this country got to show you, or this world got to show you that ain't nobody out here gonna do you no damn favors. My man John Henry Clark said, if you're looking for a friend, you better look in the mirror. You better look in the mirror. Ain't nobody out here doing you no damn favors, and we keep running around sniffing everybody else's butt, neglecting our home, right? Malcolm in the Ballad of the Bullet talked about every dollar you feasting to integrate. You want to integrate so bad. You're trying to go into somebody else's community with everything else that you got in you. But every time you spend a dollar outside of your community, it strengthens their community and it weakens yours. You don't understand this concept. And then you're in a double bind because as soon as you get the consciousness to realize, man, I should be spending money in my neighborhood if I really want jobs to be available in my neighborhood. I should spend money around here so that our teenagers can have something to do, so the tax money can flow amongst us, the revenues and generators can roll through our community. But when you figure that out, you realize don't nobody in the damn community of the community own nothing. Because if a black person is put in front of the counter in front of the register, we act a fool. You don't want to shop with them. You want to ask for the hookup. You don't go into them Chinese shops asking for the hookup. You don't go into the beauty store owned by a Chinese person and ask for the hookup. You don't go to them Korean-owned nail salons and foot spas. You don't ask for the hookup. Soon as you see a brother or sister in that, you want to ask for a discount. Oh, come on, fam. Man, I only got... Man, look, stop this nonsense. You better grow the hell up. You better stop this nonsense. We've been playing games too long. Oh, you want to divide yourself along every line you can find a reason to divide along, and then you don't want to unify under any damn thing. And it drives me crazy. It's time for us to stop playing around. Malcolm was in your face about it. I waited till after the election to bring up that conversation. So you go back and check it out. And if you're loving the Democratic Party, it's gonna hurt your feelings. I don't care, right? I cared enough to not want to deal with the fallout before the election, but I waited. It's over now. You got your president. Now what? Now what? What you think they gonna do for us? Probably the same thing they've been doing for us the last 60 years. You've been voting Democrat. You arguing over black men. Oh, black men that tried to blow the election. And what's wrong with the 8% of black women that voted for Trump? Listen, stop. Man, shut up with that nonsense. Black folks been voting 60 years for Democrat across the board, 95, 97%. You still in the ghetto. Ain't nothing going on in your community but higher taxes, more crime, higher policing, more death. Murder, death, kill is going on in your community, and you arguing about which canine you voted for. And you neglecting taking care of your home the whole time. This is what Brother Malcolm was talking about in the Ballad of the Bullet. Black nationalism. There ain't nothing else to talk about. Black nationalism now, black nationalism forever. If you ever want to have a chance to control your destiny, we got to come together. We got to use our economic power. We got to get smarter about our political power. We got to educate ourselves there. We got to socially start coming together with better constructs. And we got to reach out to the mighty nation around the globe and do the same thing on an international level. You got to stop playing, man. It's time to stop playing. We play too many damn games. We like to laugh and joke, and I like to laugh and joke with everybody else, but I like to laugh and joke while we getting the work done, while we're taking care of the mighty nation, while we're taking care of ourselves. Everybody that we have depended on has stabbed us in the back. If you're looking for a friend, you better look in the damn mirror. God, I hope we wake up. Man, I hope we wake up. I was like, what is wrong with you? Check out the Ballad of the Bullet. Listen to this brother Malcolm. Check out the Ballad of the Bullet. Talk with I walked you through this process, right? Because black folks used to be the land, the party of Lincoln, and Republicans gone and right. Lincoln freed us, even though Lincoln, he told you in his own words, he said if he had an opportunity to keep the country together and allow slavery to happen, he would. He said it. I didn't say that. He said it. He didn't give a damn about you then. They don't give a damn about you now. You're a political pawn. Malcolm calls you a political chump, right? You're a political chump because you don't follow through on nothing. You give your vote away haphazardly and don't expect nothing from it. Freddie went out of money. We can't come together. God damn, get the knee off your neck at least. I mean, jeez, you can't unify under nothing. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with you? But a lot of us that look like what they say, skin folk, all skin folk ain't your kinfolk. And that's the problem. We sit around and we argue and debating with people that don't got your best interests at heart. They look like you, but they got a different agenda. Ain't you watched any of the movies? Don't you know it's always some Negroes that are allowed and given positions of status inside of the establishment to hold the rest of you down? The same stuff going on today. Just because they educated, they articulate now, they not bojangling it, they not samboing it. Man Tan, right? I used to love that movie, Bamboozled by Spike Lee. They not doing that because they articulate. You think they got your back? Man, check these people track records. I'm going to leave that there. Check these people track records. You better start doing for yourself. The only people we can depend on is us. If you're looking for a friend, you better look in the mirror, right? So we went through Brother Malcolm, man. Brother Malcolm gives me life. And then I ended last week with Rube Foster. And I'm going a little long today, so all right, sue me. Right? Don't sue me. No, I take that back. But Brother Rube Foster brings in that economic component that's in Black nationalism that's absolutely imperative, right? I talked about his history being born in the late 1800s, there we go. But being infatuated with baseball, being an innovator, being very sharp, being a brilliant guy, being a strategist, being a businessman, being a networker, bringing people together. But most importantly, his education, dropped out of school in the 8th grade, by the way, but his education educated him enough to serve his community. All these people that I'm naming was all about serving their community. John Henry Clark died a modest man. He wasn't rich by no stretch of the imagination, but he spent an entire lifetime serving the community. Brother Malcolm didn't have a terrible amount of money either, but he spent a lifetime and he actually died serving his community. All these people was of service. Rube Foster was all about serving the community and giving and bringing up the wages and hiring and creating that economic engine, that ecosystem that spins off money and it hits every piece of the community. He was hiring people at the concession stands. He was hiring black trainers. He was hiring black doctors. He was hiring black managers. He was hiring black executives. And he was working with other black owners, getting them to work together, working and buying black food products to be sold at the games. The ecosystem was kicking off money. It's that revenue engine that you need inside of your community so that you can feed your damn self. The reason our unemployment rate is so high is because we don't support black businesses, because black businesses are going to hire black people. This is what happens. That's why white businesses, they hire white people. And then they got to have these quotas and diversity training and all of this stuff because they don't want to hire you. That it is present and in every facet of our life. I don't care how much you want to dye your hair, you want to do whatever you want to do, you want to go move into their neighborhoods, as our sister Akila talks about the proximity to whiteness. It doesn't matter how much of that you want to do, that it is still present. But our unemployment rate's so high because we won't be diligent about supporting our black-owned business. Like Malcolm's example was Woolworths didn't start as an international organization. They was eventually run out of business by Walmart. But guess where Sam Walton used to work before he started Walmart? He was working at Woolworths. Woolworths started as a 5 and dime shop, one shop. They got their business set up. They opened up a second shop. People was working and buying it. They opened up a third, a fifth, a 15,000th around the globe. See how that works? You don't just open up as a Fortune 500 company. Remember Jeff Bezos? He started in his garage. Remember Steve Jobs? They started in their garage. Remember, Microsoft. Bill Gates, he started in his dorm room. Then he dropped out of college, right? But these started as small organizations and businesses, and they grow through support. Where are you? Do you have your 5 businesses that you're going to support for this Black Friday or Black Friday next week, right? Do you have your business? Are you spending your money inside of your community? I know we can't spend 100% yet because we don't supply all of the things that a community needs, but we need to get working on that. We need to get working on that. And we need you to support black-owned businesses. And I talk to you about supporting black-owned businesses, not because they black, because they operate in excellence. And if they don't operate in excellence, I'm not telling you to ditch them after one time. I'm telling you to go back and tell them, hey, you got 30 days to get this together, or we're going to run you out of this community so we can put another black-owned business in here that does operate in excellence and that does deserve our money. That's how you work. I heard it said that you don't boycott white businesses. No, you just stop shopping there. You boycott black businesses. If you got a black business in your community that's not up to par, they selling spoiled meat to your people, and they got poor customer service. It's always dirty. It's nasty. Their products are janky. You start picketing and boycotting that business, and you tell them we're gonna run you out of business unless you get your act together. You serve us in excellence, or you get out of here, and you hire from the community, or you get out of here. So you don't boycott white businesses. You leave them alone. You shouldn't be spending your money anyway outside of your community. You need the engine inside of your community, because that money is what filters and pays for all of the stuff in your community. People get jobs in your community. The roads get better service in your community. Because if you're engaged in businesses like that, guess what? Guess what? Those business owners are down at that political meeting too. They down there talking to the politician. Hey man, we need to get these roads paved. We got to fix these sidewalks. That street lamp is out, because they want their business illuminated, right? They want their customer base safe. You down there on the politician head. Look, man, if you don't do what you said you're going to do, your next term, you out. You out. You get the hell out of here. You either on board or you out the way, period. We need to operate in excellence. Again, I'm not telling you to support black businesses because they black. I'm telling you to support black businesses that operate in excellence. If they don't operate in excellence, I'm not pleading for you to spend your money with them. I don't believe in that. You got trash service, I'm going to tell you, and I'm out. But you run them out of business so you can get another black-owned business in there. And you stop playing this, everybody else coming into your community, opening up shops, and you flooding their damn stores. Stay the hell out them damn stores. You starve them. And you ain't got to picket. You ain't got to riot. We ain't got to tear up they materials and all of that. I'm a business owner. I don't want that. I don't wish that on nobody. But they open up. Just don't spend your money there, and they will close up and move on. It's that simple. You ain't got to argue. You ain't got to fuss. You ain't got to demand nothing. And then you encourage entrepreneurs in the community. You open that business right there, and we got your back if you operate in excellence. And a lot of us need to get our business acumen up, granted, but they need practice. They got to stumble forward. They got to fail forward. Ain't nobody coming out the gate, killing this thing. They got to get time to develop. But Brother Rube Foster, I got fired up. I got way off of Rube. But Brother Rube Foster was about black economy and black economics, hiring black people, black nationalism, and bringing them up. And had the brother stayed around and been alive, and his league would have survived, I really think that he would have negotiated ownership, club ownership in the Major League Baseball, instead of allowing it to be raped and pillaged. Just eating chicken wings. You know what I mean? Just picking it to death. And because when that Jackie Robinson led, the floodgates just opened up, man. They just came in, they picked all of the talent out of the Negro Leagues, and we ain't got nothing today. $40 Million Slaves is the book that I was referencing in that one. But these lessons, this circle that I tried to take you through, this conversation, this black nationalism, everything that we talked about each week was really all about black nationalism. It was about do for self. You got to own it. You got to control it. And it must benefit you. Period. Black first. Period. Like, there's no exceptions to this. And let me put it this way. It's the only thing we ain't tried. It's the only thing we ain't tried. We tried the Republican Party. We switched 2 times from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party. We still in this same boat. Oh, Freddie, things are getting better. Damn better. As Malcolm said, don't tell me there's a knife in my back 9 inches. You pull it out to 6 and you tell me that's progress. Get the damn knife out my back. Heal the wound. Give me my reparations. Patch it up. Make me feel better. Don't tell me that damn pull the knife out to 6 inches and that's progress. Get the damn knife out my back. I don't want progress. I want freedom. I don't want equality. I want freedom. I want freedom to control in my community. I want freedom to control my politicians. I want freedom to open my own schools. I want freedom. Period. I don't want no damn equality. You give me freedom, it's going to be equal, because now we can come to the table and debate and engage as equals rather than with our hand out. Hey, master, can we get some? You got one of them there jobs for us? We so need no help. Get off your knees and start doing for yourself. All these smart dummies. We got all these intelligent people. We got all these PhDs. We got all this education that don't tell you about black nationalism. You ought to throw your damn degree in the trash can if you don't understand that you got to serve your people. If you want a community to be around for your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, or if you want a situation where your great-great-grandchildren don't got to deal with the same mess that we dealing with today, you better do something differently. The only thing we haven't tried is black nationalism. Y'all have tried everything. Read your history. Read your history. You've tried everything else. It's time to come together, man. It's time for unity. And that's it. I don't think there is another solution. Ain't nobody coming to save you. Another point that Brother Malcolm made, I swear I'm going to wrap it shortly, but another point that Brother Malcolm made that I felt was really important here is you got to leave your religion at home. And I know a lot of y'all, that gets in your feelings. And my God got to be there. And yeah, I mock, right? I don't mock God. I'm mocking you because you don't understand. My God got to be involved. My God got to lead this. Your God is in your heart, so your God is there, right? If that's the truth, if your God is omnipotent and he's everywhere, your God is there. And ain't no need to start talking and using the rhetoric and the language. If we got the heartbeat going on, who you think instilled that heartbeat inside of us as a people? That must be your God, right? Then be quiet about the language. Be quiet about the words, because the words is what divides people. Not the word. I said these words, religion. I'm Baptist. I'm Catholic. I'm Muslim. Leave all that at home. This is what Brother Malcolm was talking about in the Ballad of the Bullet. Leave that at home because we find too many reasons to divide ourselves based on that. And we can't get nothing done because y'all all in your feelings about your God. Put your God in your heart. Leave the words at home. Come with your sticks. Come with your shovels. Come with your bricks. And let's build something together. You got to stop anything that don't unify us. Stop talking about it. And if you insist on it, get the hell away from us. Because we ain't trying to hear it. We're not debating with y'all no more. We're not arguing. We're not fussing. We're not debating. That it is still around. That it is still our number one problem. That it got to be defeated. And I'm not talking about no damn progress. Get the knife out my back. Period. Now. Not later. Now. And we're not asking. We're not begging. We about to black nationalism. We about to do for self. We're going to be forced to get this knife out our back. And then I'm not telling you to not negotiate, not to deal with no white people or no any other communities. I'm telling you to get yourself together. Turn to self. Get the nation together. Let's work and build us. So when we come to the table, we come as equals. We don't come from an inferior position. We come from an equal position or a superior one. When you look at our history and our past, that's who we are. Who were we before we were colonized? Who were we before we were tampered with? I tell you, slavery isn't black history. Slavery is interrupted black history. Who were you when the heartbeat was strong? Who were you when the heartbeat was pure? Who were you when you were building nations? When you was bringing civilization to the world? When you was civilizing other groups of people who were more barbaric at the time? Who were you then? Because once you figure that out, you will know who we need to be once again. And you put that heartbeat inside yourself. Y'all know what it is. Put that heartbeat inside yourself. You put this understanding inside your body, inside your mind, and you start telling it to the babies. And that baby come up with that heartbeat. This heartbeat going to be stronger than yours. It's going to be deeper than yours. It's going to be more connected than yours. Particularly when that baby can walk outside in his community and see the beautiful nation right in front of him. All that black nationalism, store ownership, schools, the educational system, the images, the idols, the icons, the stories, the lessons, all looking like them. Chocolate, brown, light skin, looking like Adam Clayton Powell, could pass if they wanted to, but they don't want to because they part of the heartbeat, right? That's what we need again. If you're looking for a friend, you better look in the mirror. We're the ones we've been waiting for. The Underground Railroad is still open. We got room on the train. Jump on and let's get this thing done. Black nationalism now. Black nationalism forever. Join us, SankofaClub.com/Black Fridays. You don't want to miss this offer that's coming up. And I'm going to throw in a couple of more jewels and gems on the way out. But this Black Friday has been amazing. Hopefully you've enjoyed my presentations. Hopefully I did the ancestors some justice and some service with telling their stories in an inspirational manner to hopefully put that heartbeat back in you so that we can put it inside of our babies and we can do what we need to do the things that we know to be necessary. Let's go. The time is now, people. Stop the bickering, stop the complaining, stop the whining, stop the infighting. You got every reason in the world to unite. That was around in 1619 is still around today, and it's the number one problem. You can't unify under nothing else. You better unify under that or get the hell away from us, because we got the heartbeat. And I know the members inside of our Sankofa Club, they ain't playing. They are serious about teaching their Black history and their culture to their babies. But I just want the heartbeat in all of us. Let's go. Up, you mighty nation. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the presentation. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the whole series. Hopefully we'll bring this back another time. But for now, it's got to be put to rest. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I really hope you did the same. My name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals and the Sankofa Club. We make it fun and easy to learn Black history, good people. That's our aim. That's our focus. And we just want to put that heartbeat in you. I don't want to go, but I guess I got to, good people. Y'all know I could do this all day. But I really appreciate y'all, seriously, for engaging us here. Yeah, man, this has been great. It's been fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed myself each and every week sharing this information. I really feel like I found my groove, right? So I'm figuring out how to serve the mighty nation the best that I can. It's been fun. It's been real. But until next time, good people, you already know what it is. Love, peace, and Black power.